Inflation is one of those words everyone hears, but very few people truly feel until it starts hurting their daily life. On paper, inflation sounds like an economic concept. In reality, it shows up in your grocery bill, your rent, your fuel cost, and your savings slowly losing power. At its simplest, inflation means that the value of money decreases over time. The same amount of money buys fewer things than it used to. What you could afford easily a few years ago now feels expensive, even though your income may not have changed much. This is why inflation is often called the silent thief. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't crash suddenly like a market. It works quietly, year after year, reducing the real value of your money while most people remain unaware. Think about this. If prices rise by 6% every year, something that costs 100 today will cost around 180 in 10 years. But if your income doesn't rise at the same pace, you are effectively becoming poorer without doing anything wrong. You're working just as hard, but money is working against you. Inflation happens for many reasons. Sometimes demand rises faster than supply. More people want the same limited goods, so prices go up. Sometimes production becomes expensive because raw materials, fuel, or labor costs increase. Businesses pass those costs to consumers. Other times, governments increase money supply, which reduces the value of each unit of currency over time. No matter the cause, the effect is always the same for ordinary people. Life becomes more expensive, savings lose strength, future goals feel harder to reach. Inflation affects different people differently. If you live on a fixed income, inflation hits harder because your income stays the same while expenses rise. If your salary grows slowly, inflation quietly eats the increase. But if you own assets that grow in value over time, inflation can actually work in your favor. This is the part most people don't understand. Inflation punishes savers and rewards owners. Money sitting idle loses value. Money invested in productive assets has the potential to grow faster than inflation. This is why understanding inflation is essential, not optional. Inflation also changes how you should think about time. Money today is more valuable than money tomorrow. Delaying financial decisions has a cost. Saving without growth is not safety, it's slow erosion. Many people blame rising prices on greed or bad luck, but inflation is a structural reality of modern economies. It will exist whether you pay attention to it or not. Ignoring it doesn't protect you. Understanding it does. This is why financial education matters. Once you understand inflation, you stop measuring progress by how much money you have and start measuring it by purchasing power. You begin asking better questions. Is my income growing faster than inflation? Are my savings protected from losing value? Am I building assets that can survive rising prices? Inflation also teaches patience and discipline. Quick money strategies often fail in inflationary times. Long-term thinking wins. Consistent investing, skill growth, and income diversification become more important than ever. The biggest danger of inflation is not higher prices, it is complacency. People accept shrinking financial freedom as normal because it happens slowly, but slow damage is still damage. Understanding inflation gives you awareness. Awareness gives you choices, and choices give you control. Inflation is not your enemy, ignorance is. When you learn how money loses value, you also learn how to protect yourself from it.